Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Unscripted Coding. Today, in front of your screen, just right here in general, what you can see is a 3D sculpting app. What that means is we're not going to be doing any programming or coding today. What we're going to be doing is actually playing with this 3D sculpting software, seeing all of the tools and trying to figure this one out. If you're wondering why we're doing this, there's really two key reasons. Number one, this is a nice piece of software. It is called Nomad Sculpt, and you can see it over here, their webpage. And it's being compared to Procreate for drawing. Something really simple, something intuitive, user-friendly, and you can get it both on iOS and Android. Now, the other reason I'm doing this is not just to look at a good piece of software, but also to understand what you can do with 3D sculpting. It's really important to know what's available, even if you are purely a programmer. You're going to interact with art. You're going to interact with other tools. So if you're building a video game, if you're building components for electronics, you may very well need to know what 3D sculpting software is. So this one is for sculpting. You're creating monsters, people. It's not your square, boxy types of shape. So this one's about character design, sculpting, a lot more kind of flow rather than if you're building, say, a case for your electronics. That falls more under something like computer-assisted design. Anyways, I've talked long enough. I really don't know what I'm talking about. So if you think there's going to be a masterpiece by the end of it, no, there really isn't. I have no clue what I'm doing. This is first time, well, second, third time I open the software. So I'm just going to learn as I go. And since I've been watching Futurama, I have Bender reference images on the side here off screen, so I can kind of take a look and try and see if I can sculpt anything remotely similar, remotely looking like Bender. So I'm just going to get started. I am going to be doing a bit of talking to start with, just to familiarize myself with the interface. Perfect. So one of the things you probably need to have for this software is a pen. This is an S Pen with a Tab S6 Lite. So an Apple Pencil will suffice. Other Galaxy tabs will work. But I think, you can use your fingers, but I think a pen is probably the tool you probably want. Okay. Let's call it my project. So right off the bat, zooming, pinch to zoom, that helps. I think using your finger on the outside will allow you to reorientate yourself. So that grid right here is the plane. And if you are just using a ball, it's hard to see, but you're changing how you're looking at it. Can I do this? Yeah, you can use your pen too. The finger doesn't make a difference. I wonder if there is an offset here. Okay. So there was symmetry when I just touched the ball over here. And so the symmetry must be coming right down the middle here. Everything you do on one side will match the other side. I have used clay, which is, we're thinking about this as a lump of clay. The clay option is just material here. Okay. And then brush, I think, is the same thing, except it's probably a smoother experience. Yeah. So smoother than the clay. Let's get okay. So trial, I don't get too many undos. Okay, so move is pulling and pushing that lump of clay. I don't really need that. Smoothing, that's gonna help a lot. Okay. So we can smooth out that rough edge over here. Mask. I have no clue what that means. Okay, let's try that. Let's try something like, oh, okay, so that will make sure that certain parts are unaffected. But how do I undo the mask? I have a button here that doesn't do anything. Uh, very cool. Okay, delete layer, smoke, or view. Okay. Okay, split. Uh, so how do I get rid of this mask? Oh, unmask. No, there we go. Unmask did it. Got rid of it. And then let's smooth this all out. Looks like two eyes. That's probably not what we wanted. Although, let's just start right now. The other thing I wanted to know is you should be able to add primitives. So this is a ball. I should be able to add, yeah, there we go. Another ball, cylinder, what have you. So Bender's head is really a cylinder with a semicircle on top. So let me just completely delete all of this. Oh, sorry, I gotta step away for a second here. Okay, let's continue here. So I wanted to do a primitive and add a cylinder. And what these arrows do allows you to move up and down, and this is helpful. Let's move this down. You can move it left and right. Let's keep that around. And these circles will let you kind of rotate on whichever axes you want. For now, let's keep it dead on straight. And I like where the position is. Okay. Okay, and then let's add a sphere on top. Ooh. Okay. Um, okay, let's just do it by eye. But this sphere, there has to be a way to move all of them at the same scale. So here we go, transform. Oh, that is very handy. Let's get rid of that. Since I have it connected to my computer here, can actually just type this in 1.2. No, that's too high. 1.15. It's too low. 1.17. Oops. 1.175. Okay. Let's work with that. Okay, so we have the very basic shape of a head. I know it doesn't seem like it, but if you look at Bender, let's take out that other sphere. Okay. And if we take a look at a random Bender head, we have just the top of his, well, just his head. Then we can have his eyes pop out, his teeth sunken in a bit, and then we can see where we go from there. Hey everyone. I haven't completely finished Bender. There's no arms or legs, but this is basically what I set out to do. A little more than the head, just part of the body as well. And I gotta say, yes, it's not perfect, but it turned out a heck of a lot better than I thought it would be. Um, you can kind of see the whole process where I kind of struggled trying to figure out what tools were right. Trying to get that visor of his head was a lot of, do I try and make a square? How do I get the rounded corners? Do I crop it? Do I use a paintbrush? And so in the end, I just used a square block and started chipping away at it. And all in all, I had a lot of fun. 3D sculpting, there are a bajillion tools on the sidebars, and I think this is as easy as you can get, trying to make sure all the tools are there. And so I gotta say, Nomad Sculpt, I was quite happy with it. I did struggle a little bit. I'm using a Tab S6 Lite. It is a budget Android tablet, so it ran fairly well. If I threw this onto my iPad, it probably would have went smoother. It's about $20 to get the retail version, which I did purchase during the course of this video, because I thought for $20, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but they are giving good value. It is as easy a tool as you're going to get, considering how many different bits and pieces there are. And so, let me just show you pictures of Bender again, and that way you can see that I'm not that far off. He's angry, he's got teeth. I haven't completed his arms and legs, but I gotta say, it at least looks like Bender to a certain degree. So, if you enjoyed this video, or if you want to see more of these artsy tools, do leave me a comment. I do read them all. I do try and respond to as many as I can. And please subscribe and like this video if you liked it. If not, leave me those constructive feedback. And I will see you next time for the next episode of Unscripted Coding.